Hi everyone and welcome to Lipstick on a Rig. Today we are going to be making this very sturdy hanging basket. And I plan on hanging up this basket by my door because it's perfect for tossing my keys or my wallet in when I get home. For this pattern, I'm going to be using 3 different skeins of size 4 medium weight acrylic yarn. But you can use whatever yarn you have lying around. You can even use different scrap balls of yarn that aren't the same size, brand, weight, or type. We're also going to be using a size N or 15 or 10 millimeter crochet hook. And if you don't have this exact size, then just try to get as close as you can. To start this project, go ahead and grab all 3 strands of yarn because we're going to work these at the same time. We're going to begin today with a magic circle, and I will link to my stitch tutorials in the description, so if you need any help with any of the stitches used in this pattern, there should be a tutorial listed there for you. Once you have your magic circle in place, go ahead and place 6 single crochets inside of it. And when you get your 6 single crochets inside your magic circle, go ahead and tighten up your tail so that'll enclose that gap there. So from here we're going to place 2 single crochets in each stitch in our row. And I went ahead and loosened up this first stitch because it was ultra tight. So if you're experiencing a little bit of frustration with how tight your stitches are, I promise that it'll get a lot better in the next rows. So since this is a continuous loop pattern, I'm just going to use a spare piece of yarn to mark my first stitch in every row so that I can keep up with it. So go ahead and place 2 single crochets in each of your stitches, and when you get to the end of your row, you should have a total of 12 single crochets. And the pattern for row 3 is just going to be to place 1 single crochet in your next stitch, and then to place 2 single crochets in the next stitch. And you're going to alternate between 1 and 2 single crochets for the rest of the row, and when you get done you should have a total of 18 single crochets. And the pattern for row 4 is just going to be to place 1 single crochet in the first 2 stitches, and then to place 2 single crochets in that third stitch. And you just want to repeat that going all the way around your row, and when you get done you should have a total of 24 single crochets. And the pattern for row 5 is just going to be to place 1 single crochet in the first 3 stitches, and then to place 2 single crochets in that 4th stitch. And you're just going to want to repeat that going all the way around your row, and when you get done you should have a total of 30 single crochets. And the pattern for row 6 is just going to be to place 1 single crochet in the first 4 stitches, and then to place 2 single crochets in the 5th. And you're going to want to repeat that going all the way around your row, and when you get done you should have a total of 36 single crochets. And the pattern for row 7 is just going to be to place 1 single crochet in the first 5 stitches, and then to place 2 single crochets in the 6th. And you're just going to want to repeat that going all the way around your row, and when you get done you should have a total of 42 single crochets. So starting with row 8, we are going to end our increasing stitches, which means that we're just going to be placing 1 single crochet in each stitch in our row. And you're going to want to do that for the next 7 rows. So you should have a total of 7 rows that have 1 single crochet in each stitch across. And once you place your 7 rows of single crochets, it should look something like this. So from here we're going to start a decreasing pattern, so all you're going to want to do is place 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. And then we're going to single crochet together stitch 6 and stitch 7. So I'll show you how to do that. So once you have your 5 single crochets in place, go ahead and insert your crochet hook up underneath the 6th stitch and yarn over and pull through. And then you're going to want to insert your hook up underneath the 7th stitch and yarn over and pull through again, and then you're going to want to yarn over and pull through all the loops on your crochet hook. So go ahead and repeat that pattern going all the way around your row, placing 1 single crochet in the first 5 stitches, and then single crocheting together stitch 6 and stitch 7. And when you get done with your row, you should have a total of 36 single crochets. And the pattern for your next row is just going to be to place 1 single crochet in the first 4 stitches, and then you're going to want to single crochet together stitch 5 and stitch 6. And you're going to want to repeat that going all the way around your row, and when you get done you should have a total of 30 single crochets. And the pattern for your next row is just going to be to place 1 single crochet in the first 3 stitches, and then to single crochet together stitch 4 and stitch 5. And you're going to want to repeat that going all the way around your row, and when you get done you should have a total of 24 single crochets. And the pattern for the next row is just going to be to place 1 single crochet in the first 2 stitches, and then to single crochet together stitch 3 and stitch 4. And you want to repeat that going all the way around your row, and when you get done you should have a total of 18 single crochets. So from here, go ahead and place one slip stitch in your next 6 stitches. And then once you've placed your 6 slip stitches, go ahead and cut and tie off your yarn. So I went ahead and marked 2 spots in the same row that are as close as I can get to the middle between our first magic circle here and this big opening that we've created here. So go ahead and mark 2 spots just like this, and it can be as far apart or as close together as you want, but this is going to mark our little strap that we're going to create for this basket. So I went ahead and tied a slip knot, and I've inserted my crochet hook up underneath one of the stitches that I marked. So now I'm going to add the slip knot to my crochet hook, and I'm just going to pull that through that stitch that I had marked there. And for me, I'm going to chain 4, but it's really up to you depending on how large you want this strap to be. But I just like the look of the chain 4. So now I'm going to insert my crochet hook again up underneath that stitch that I marked here, and I'm going to place a slip stitch. And from here, I'm just going to cut and tie off my yarn. So now all you want to do is draw these tails up to the other side of your basket. And now that you have your tails on the other side here, I am just going to secure them by tying them together. You don't want to over tighten them because it'll kind of pull your basket in a weird way. So just kind of keep that in mind. And so now your hanging basket is ready for use. Please let me know in the comments below if you experienced any issues while you were trying to make this, and I will do my best to help you out. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, Lipstick on a Rig. Thank you so much for working with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, awesome day.